All right, so what do you look for an encoder?
Yeah, so I like to boil it down into about 3 to 4 different steps. The first major step is what type of feedback that you want from the encoder. So are you looking for speed information or maybe position information? That'll help you determine whether you need an incremental encoder or an absolute encoder. The next step is mechanical fit. And so the things that you want to think about are how much space do you have in your application? What is the physical size that you can accommodate? And then how are you going to couple the encoder to whatever is moving and what you want to sense? So there's a lot of different options. There's a lot of variety. You can do fairly small diameter encoders all the way up to quite large encoders. You can also have solid shaft or hollow shaft. And actually, this is a great example. This is our DGS-80 series. We consider this our large bore encoder.
Oh, large bore. I've been called that before.
Okay. And then once you have the mechanical fit fairly determined, the next step really is to determine what kind of output that you want.
All right.
So if you're looking at incremental encoders, here you typically want to figure out what type of voltage amplitude that you want on the output for an incremental encoder. And for absolute encoders, you're really trying to determine what communication interface that you need for your control system.
Okay, awesome. Do we do IO link encoders
we do
also?
IO link encoders,
awesome.
Correct. Yeah. So IO link is a great example. We also do Ethernet-based encoders, CAN open, and many more.
Awesome. So we got the size, the application, or the output. What about application? Is that like where it's going to go? Does that matter?
It does, yes. So that is the last step really, is to think about those finer points within the application. So some things maybe to consider is, maybe the encoder is going to be in a food and beverage type application.
So it's washed down.
Exactly.
Okay.
So in those situations, you want to consider the housing material and also maybe the IP rating. Another example could be if you have a HEV or an AMR and you require some safety certification for either safe speed or safe steering, then a safety rated encoder also would really help aid in that installation process.